So then we have to use our best weapon, which is the canon itself, to suppress those heretical documents that we don't want in there. We don't want people to know that Jesus was married or that he taught reincarnation. So how do we suppress that? I don't know why we want to suppress it, but we do. There's probably a saying in there that Jesus says, this means for everybody: sell all your possessions, give it to poor, and live in the dirt. That's what I don't want to do. That let's suppress that one. That's a good one to suppress. So here's the fifth and final claim. The proto-Orthodox used the canon as a weapon to impose their own brand of theology on all forms of Christianity, and eventually succeeded in the 4th century by way of powerful church of this period.
All right, so they use this set of books as a weapon, right? We're going to make sure that what we believe is what everybody believes, and you better hold to it. And so these are the ones that you have to stick to, and this is it, right? Or you're out.
Yeah. Right? And they won by at least the 4th century.
So this argument, our authors tell us, leaves the wrong impression with readers, suggesting that the Christian canon is only a political tool used in service of a power grab by the proto-Orthodox, right? And our authors tell us that nothing could be further from the truth, right? First, the main thrust of the canon was recognized long before Orthodox Christians. This is a point we were making before, right? It was recognized long before Orthodox Christians had the power to and the political force to force these books to be used, right? It was recognized when they were running from Romans, right, and that sort of thing, right?
In the heat of your sprint, you don't figure out what the importance.
I'm going to use this book as a power. Well, tell it to Caesar, right?
Yeah, tell it to the judge.
So while there are some debates concerning the peripheral books like, 2 Peter and 2nd and 3rd John, James and Jude during this time, the core was apparently well established by at least the middle of the 2nd century, right?
Moreover, the Old Testament was a vital part of this core set of books. You don't really have to go to the old threshing floor again. You've fought that fight. It's there. We're using it. Bereans are using it. Paul is using it. Peter's using it, and most of them who are Jews were using it. So there's
preaching
no reason
from it. They were teaching from it.
It's only the Gnostics that want to attribute it to a demiurge and throw it out. So this Old Testament was from the beginning used in the Christian era. Therefore, writings such as those associated with Gnosticism would have been ruled out, since they denied the legitimacy of the Old Testament. So, when Paul says to the Bereans, here's the gospel message, and he commends them for searching the Scripture to see if what he says was accurate. What Scripture are they using?
Yeah.
It's the Old Testament.
It is the Old Testament.
Why is he? Yeah. Shouldn't he be going? No. Hold on. That God there, he's really bad. He's this demiurge that he reports to a even worse God.
And so the Old Testament isn't legitimate, right? So you shouldn't be reading that. Right. No. That's not the case.
You have the Muratorian fragment, the earliest extant witness to the commonly recognized canonical books, which is usually put around AD 180, affirms 4 New Testament Gospels and only those Gospels.
Yeah, so this Muratorian fragment is an important piece of historical literature, because it kind of tells us early on what they considered as authoritative.
Right. And it's not just this, hereby we decree that these are the 4 and only 4.
Yeah.
It seems like it's already been in use.
So this makes it likely that the 4 canonical Gospels were widely established previous to the time of these sayings, which means that they were circulating together as Scripture in the beginning of to middle of the 2nd century. Right? Similarly, there was impressive early unity in affirming a collection of Paul's letters. Paul's canonical letters were used frequently by the early church fathers. Irenaeus, for instance, in AD 180, affirms all of Paul's letters included in the New Testament letters except for Philemon.
Which may make sense because he's writing it to a person. So Philemon may not have wanted to get it out there as quickly as what's necessary. Yeah. But then the eBay of the time made him go, oh, this is important. All right, here we go.
Right. And in addition, all 13 letters traditionally attributed to Paul are again listed in the Muratorian fragment. Right?
Yeah, so Irenaeus and the fragment are kind of the two earliest, most important pieces that we can point to that say, here's where the 27 books of the New Testament are being used regularly, authoritatively, and we can point to that. But that's not to say that all of a sudden, boom, 8180, that's when it happened. That's when it was codified. It seems like it was already being the case.
Yeah, it was already being used.
Right.
Yeah.